An unfortunate news, 20 deaths have now been recorded in the Andhra Pradesh bus tragedy, where a bus caught fire after an accident while travelling from Hyderabad to Bengaluru. The bus travelling from Hyderabad to Bengaluru had 40 passengers on board. Now, the bus began its journey from Hyderabad around midnight, and when it reached near Kurnool on National Highway 44, that's at around 3:30 a.m., it met with an accident with a two-wheeler. The two-wheeler got stuck under the belly of the bus, causing a spark. The police suspect the driver also fled the scene. According to the sources, the efforts are on to find the missing passengers and identify the victims as well. Survivors say the flames engulfed the bus in under 3 minutes. Many could not even unfasten their seat belts or reach the exit. Some passengers are still unaccounted for, and identification of victims is proving heartbreaking right now, with bodies charred beyond recognition. Andhra Pradesh Home Minister announced a high-level committee inquiry into the devastating bus accident. She has also added that 4 police teams are currently working to assess the exact sequence of events that led to the collision and subsequent fire, and 16 forensic teams have been constituted for identifying the deceased and also collecting evidence. Andhra Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan has now expressed condolences over the loss of lives. Apart from that, an ex gratia of ₹5 lakhs for the families of the deceased and ₹2 lakhs for the injured victims have been announced by the Andhra Pradesh government.
3-3:30 ప్రాంతంలో జరుగుతుందండి. ఎలా జరిగిందో నాకు తెలీదు. నేను లేచేటప్పటికి మంటలు వచ్చేసినాయి. వితిన్ సెకండ్స్ లో మొత్తం స్ప్రెడ్ అయిపోయింది. వెనక వైపు డోర్ పగలగొట్టుంటే దాంట్లో నుంచి దూకేశాను. ఆ దూకే ప్రాసెస్ లో దెబ్బ తగిలింది.
ఉంటాను ముసాపేటలో బస్ ఎక్కా. బెంగళూరులో ఒక జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ పర్పస్ మీద నేను బెంగళూరుకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. నైట్ అరౌండ్ 2:45కి బస్ లో మంటలు రావడం స్టార్ట్ అయింది. సో ఒక బైక్ వచ్చేసి బస్ కి సంథింగ్ ఏదో అయ్యింది. ఏమైందంటే మాకు క్లారిటీ లేదు. అప్పుడు ఏమైందంటే బైక్ బస్ కిందకి వెళ్ళిపోవడం జరిగింది. దానివల్ల స్పార్క్స్ రావడం వల్ల మంట రావడం స్టార్ట్ అయింది. ఇంకా వెంటనే అందరూ చూసుకొని దిగాల్సిన వాళ్ళు దిగిపోయి సేఫ్ అవ్వాల్సిన వాళ్ళు సేఫ్ అయిపోయి ఇదే జరిగింది. నా పేరు సూర్య.
हैदराबाद से बेंगलुरु जा रहे थे तो लगभग 3 बजे एक गाड़ी आया था, वो सामने आया था, ये धक्का दिया था। तो क्या हुआ ना, वो बाइक वाला वो मार्केट के बाहर गिर गया, वो मर गया। तो ये गाड़ी है ना बस के नीचे गया था। ये वो क्या किया ना, वो ड्रैग करके गए ड्राइवर वाला। तो फ्लेम्स आया था आगे से फ्लेम्स आने के बाद क्या हुआ ना, तो वो देखा और वो रुका दिया वो बस ड्राइवर, और बिना इन्फॉर्म करने वो चले गया। वो सब लोग बोल रहे थे हेल्प बोल के, तो मैं सो रहा था उस समय। तो उठा था मैं, तो विंडो के बाहर देखा था तो फ्लेम्स था बस के ऊपर और बाहर। तो सब लोग पैनिक सिचुएशन में इमरजेंसी एग्जिट डोर है ना उधर जा रहे थे।
हम लोग हैदराबाद से निकला, मैं लकड़ी का पुल से बैठा। अराउंड 2:40 के आसपास बस रुकी। मतलब मैं उठा, फिर मतलब बस एक्सीडेंट हुआ ऐसा कुछ लगा मेरे को। तो मैं उठा, बाहर देखा तो आग लगी हुई थी आगे फ्रंट में, और थोड़ा लेफ्ट साइड में ऊपर सीट थी मेरी। तो ऐसी नॉर्मल विंडो था, उसको ब्रेक करा हम लोगों ने। फिर मतलब पंच मारा, किक मारा, फिर ये ऐसे धक्का दिया, हेड बट किया। फिर जैसे तैसे ओपन हुआ, तब तक बहुत सारा स्मोक आ रहा था आगे, लाइक फायर स्प्रेड हो रही थी बहुत। फिर विंडो ब्रेक हुआ, हम लोगों ने ऊपर से जंप किया। वो काफ़ी ऊपर है विंडो, तो कुछ लोग उधर भी बेहोश हो गए थे ऊपर से गिर के। तो उन लोगों को खींच के हम लोग साइड में लेके आए। स्मोक आ रहा था, फायर बढ़ रही है। अराउंड 10-11 लोग पीछे से निकले, कुछ 4-5 लोग साइड से निकले, ड्राइवर साइड से विंडो से। बाकी जो लोग हैं
the conductor and bus driver think they did their best, that's what they're saying. But sad part is because of the bike went underneath the bus, I think that petrol tank got exploded and it jammed all the doors. That's what the preliminary reports say, and that's why they are not able to many of the people are not able to rescue. At least 20 people could come out alive, and 10 lives had been lost. and we feel really sad for her. I'd like to convey my heartfelt thanks to Honorable PM Modi ji for announcing the ex gratia, and that really means a lot for Kurnool and for the state of AP. And also I'd like to thank Honorable CM Sri CBN Garu for standing by the victims.
This incident is very unfortunate. We are expressing our deep condolence to the families who are dead in this incident. Our Honorable Chief Minister has given guidelines to take necessary steps to take to the deceased people. Our government also will be with the families who are dead in this incident, and 19 were injured. They are admitted in General Hospital. Total, our department is with the people. We are ready to give treatment for them in the corporate hospitals also. And our Honorable Chief Minister instructed all the department. We are with the who are deceased families. Our government also is keen to give support for them.
That's the ill-fated bus in which more than 20 people have died. I have with me the district SP, Mr. Vikrant Patil. What is the sequence of events? We understand that a bike had come into the bus.
Yeah, so as of now, we know that the bus came under the bus. The two-wheeler came under the bus at around 3 a.m. So the bus suddenly stopped and the driver got down to see what happened. The fire had already started. So he woke up the spare driver who was sleeping in the dicky, and both of them initially tried to just put off the fire, but it's because it spread immediately. The main driver in panic. The second driver broke open the glasses, and the rest bystanders also by the time they helped in breaking the glasses and helping passengers to come out of the bus. But unfortunately some people remained inside. So until now, like overall we have recovered 19 bodies. So 19 is the death toll, and one two-wheeler rider who was so total 19 dead in this burning, one in the two-wheeler accident.
All right, my colleague Uma Sudhir further reports from the mishap site on NH44. She spoke to eyewitnesses and the rescue team at the spot. Take a listen.
We are here in front of the bus that met with the horrific accident in which more than 20 people now are confirmed to have been killed. This is a driver's seat that you're seeing. This is a Scania vehicle belonging to Kaveri Travels, and it started from Hyderabad at 10:30 in the night, and subsequently you can see in fact the remains of a bike that actually came under the bus itself, and we understand that that's where the spark happened, and that is where the fire actually started. And as you can see, everything, this is in fact a sleeper bus, and that's why you are seeing those racks there, and everything inside, including the combustible material of foam, because it's an AC bus, then there is the cotton, all of that has in fact been charred. There are teams of the AP Forensic Science Laboratories, the evidence response team, which is now collecting samples, and we do understand that not only cloth samples, but also this is of course the luggage chamber, and therefore you will have all the remains of what people were carrying in terms of the clothes and other belongings of them. But I do understand that there are also certain bone remains that they were trying to retrieve from those areas, because this is of forensic evidence that they need to collect, and that's the reason they have these polythene covers in which the samples are now being collected by the teams. There are of course whatever that remained from that very horrific fire. So there were at least 42 people that we know were there in this bus. The drivers have escaped, the driver and the extra driver have escaped, and one of them is already in police custody. What we do understand from the survivors is that the from the back of the bus, where in fact there is a glass that had to be broken, and only then they were able to escape. What I must point out here is that the front door, the collector Dr. Siri has told us that the front door actually got jammed because the wires that connect to it were jammed, and that is how the front door could not be opened, and it became a fire trap. And of course, there's not more than a few minutes that the people were able to get because of the kind of combustible material, inflammable material that was there all over the place, and that is what made the fire spread so fast. What I must point out is also the escape route. The only place from where they escaped is actually the back of the bus, where they broke the glass, and from there some people were able to come out. The name of one, Mr. Ramesh, has been mentioned, that he is the one who broke the glass and was able to make people jump out of this area, because of which at least we have more survivors than could have otherwise happened. This is the area from where they have jumped. What the survivors are also telling us is that because it was a sleeper bus and everyone had gotten very late, there is no time really for them to see who is there in and who is not there inside. So there is privacy that these kind of buses offer, because they are sleeper buses. But no one expected that this kind of terrible tragedy would be struck on them the day after they were traveling after a holiday at home for Diwali. Most residents happen to be from Hyderabad. Those are the remains of the bodies of people who were traveling on that ill-fated bus, because they are charred beyond recognition and not in a recognizable form. That's why they have been packed in the cloth, in the white cloth, and now being taken to the mortuary here at the hospital. The family members have been asked, whoever is missing a family member has been asked to give their body samples as well, and then a forensic analysis will be done, and DNA samples will be taken from the family members, biological family members, and then they will be matched so that the mortal remains can be handed over to the family members. This is of course a very, very traumatic time for the family. Such a horrific accident. Most of these people had come home after Diwali and were going back perhaps to work. One person we met, for instance, Jayant Kushwaha, who's originally from Madhya Pradesh, Indore, has been living in Hyderabad for the last 10 to 12 years, and had in fact just travelled before Diwali on exactly the same bus. He says even the same seat, and it is around 3 that he noticed that something fire was had broken out, and that's when he started escaping by trying to break the glass, because he says there is no hammer available. He does not even understand how he managed to break the glass to get out, because the escape from the front was not possible and none of the doors was opening, and therefore it was a fire trap, and he feels extremely lucky that he was able to survive this accident. But of course, for all those families who have lost a loved one, this is a horrific tragedy where you don't even get to get a last glimpse of the loved one. And that is how this accident has left so many families traumatized with a loss from which recovery will take a very, very, very long time. That's the help desk that's been set up at the accident site by the Kurnool District Administration, the District SP and the Collector and their teams here at work. Forensic teams also coming in, because many of the bodies are also now beyond recognition, and these ambulances have come in because they are going to be carrying the mortal remains of whatever was left in the buses after 11 bodies were taken out. The rest simply impossible to identify because they are all charred, and they had to be packed in packets and then sent to the hospitals for forensic examination, for post-mortem as well. And ma'am, if I may just ask you, this is a collector, Dr. Siri of Kurnool District. 21 deaths is what we understand. What is the condition of the injured as of now?
Totally, there are 46 passengers who are traveling in the bus. 19 bodies have been found as of now, so it's not 21, it's 19. 27 are safe. So we have spoken to their relatives and we have arranged 3 control rooms also in the near the spot, one at GGH and one in the collectorate. So the relatives, we have asked the relatives to come to GGH so that they can give their hair or blood for forensic samples to yes, for DNA analysis. So we have already completed the post-mortem. As you can see, the bodies are
remains actually which are probably beyond recognition, that had to be packed like that so that DNA matching can be done and can be handed over to the families that are right now grieving, but they would need to come here so that the samples can be collected by the forensic teams and the matching can be done.